Hello, everyone, and welcome to your week. This is going to be your weekly energies for the week of the 5th through the 11th of July. I hope you're doing well. My name is Patricia Herreras, and this is Fearless Light Guidance. This is the reading that I do every week for the collective. We tap into the energy of what's going on with the stars, what are the messages coming through, being channeled through me from Spirit. And I'm just going to go right to it. This week, the biggest event that's happening is the new moon in Cancer. And it's a great moment, like I always express to you, new moons are a perfect time to plant the new seeds because they open up a portal of 6 months, okay? When the moon is new in the sign of Cancer to when the moon is going to be full in the same sign of Cancer. Okay, so I want you to look at it in that way. We plant the seeds when the new moon is here, and then we see how everything develops with those intentions through the next 6 months. Okay, so I'm going to go straight through to the themes. I always like to pick themes for the week. Okay, so let's see what comes through and then we'll talk about it. Let me know if you have any questions as I'm going through. Sometimes I can't keep up with the chat while I'm doing the reading, but I always get to your messages, so I appreciate you being here. Okay, so let's see what comes through for the themes for this week. Now, you know, whenever you happen to catch this reading, there's always a message in here for you. So I encourage you to watch all the way to the end. Also, leave me comments below. Give me a like. Let me know if the readings resonate with you. It helps me to always get better, get closer to Spirit, nourish my gift. So I definitely appreciate that. And if you want to do any donating or any sort of offering to my channel, you can always go to the links in my bio for private readings as well. You can book them there. Okay. All right. So we already have one card come out. Oh, 2 cards. The energy is gaining momentum is the first card coming through, which is the card of the waning moon. I'm using the Moonology deck. And then we have the surrender to the divine. Okay, so definitely there's been a lot of this going on where changes are taking place in our lives, and we are feeling like we're having to fight for some sort of control or some sort of keeping a hold, or kind of like staying in a spot where we feel comfortable with the things that are going on. What happens is that since last week, the energy has been very strong. We've had these oppositions with Mars in Leo, Uranus and Saturn in Taurus and Aquarius. It's very strong energy of changes wanting to be implemented, having to be implemented, but at what cost? So it's an energy that is kind of difficult to navigate if you feel that you want to attach yourself and hold on to suffering, to any sort of drama, or to any feelings of suffering. Okay, I just have to put it in that way because it's definitely what's coming through. So this week is saying that the energy is gaining momentum. Of course, we have the same thing that Mars was doing last week with that opposition. We have it happening with Venus in Leo this week as well. Okay, so I don't want you to focus so much on that, but what it's going to bring forth is a lot of observing our bonds, our closest unions, our closest bonds with people. And why? Because Venus rules our relationships. It rules romance. It also rules wealth, our money, our finances, beauty. So anything that has to do with any of those topics is definitely going to be coming up for observation, and with a lot of this push to change. And what I can tell you with this energy is definitely one of letting go and allowing things to happen the way that they're happening, and not try to force some sort of outcome, okay, and make things look in a certain way that we would definitely want, okay? Because this is not about want or need. This is about you're going to be getting exactly what is meant for you, okay? This is very much about destiny and things that we cannot avoid, okay? So the third and last theme for today is a personal issue is reaching a resolution, okay? This might not seem for the best at this moment, okay? We might not be able to see why the resolution is happening in the way that it is, but it's coming to a place where it needs to come to, okay? You're going to see things for what they are, and Spirit is really asking you to detach yourself from any sort of situation that you feel like you're needing to cling on to, hang on to, hold on to, fight for, sacrifice for, okay? It's very important that you observe where you feel like you're having to really protect, okay? Because Cancer, we are with the sun in Cancer, and with this energy of the new moon gaining momentum now, it's really important that you see what the themes with Cancer are. Cancer is all about home, safety, protection of your loved ones. So you have to see where this is resonating for you in your own experience, okay? Now this week I'm going to use the Vice Versa Tarot, which I haven't used in a long time, and I love this deck so much. It has two sides. It doesn't use reversals. It just has two different sides. As you can see, this is the Empress, and you can see the back is where she's turning her back, and there's other things happening that bring an entirely different interpretation to the cards, okay? So let's go for it. Let's see what is the message here for everyone. Let's call, upon our guides, the divine, our angels, our light beings to come through in this reading and tell us what the message is for everyone this week. Oh, thank you so much, Wanderlust. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining and being here. Let me know where you're watching from. I love to know where you are all from and connect with you. Also, let me know what your sun sign is. I love to know where you are and what you could be feeling with this astrology. Okay, so this is a card that came through for my personal reading, and it's been coming through a lot in these days, and it's the card of the Five of Wands. And look at what's going on here. Like, two people are coming at each other, kind of like fronting, kind of like being in a defensive mode, not really agreeing, not being able to see things from the same point of view, okay? So there's some sort of power struggle happening here, a situation where we're not seeing eye to eye. This could be in any area of your life, okay? Oh, a Cancerian, I love it. I was with a Cancerian earlier today, and this is definitely a very big energy for you this week. So I want you to take the time to set your intentions and really kind of like pinpoint what you want to do and what you want to build on in the next 6 months, okay? Now we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, when it's already in the reverse. So this came out last week, and this is the revealing. This is, us being able to see where there was something in our lives where we had no control over, something that was happening behind our backs, and we're seeing the reality of it and kind of like feeling a big sting. Okay, this is not something easy. Okay, for some of you, there could be people in your life sort of trying to sneak away or get away. This could also be with the Five of Wands, an energy that is telling you, you know what, you need to, remove yourself from the situation no matter what, but don't let people get the best of you, okay? Don't let the situation that has been created, because there's some sort of opposition here, okay? There is definitely 2 people, 3 people that are in a defensive mode, okay? So what I see is that there's certain information that comes out, okay? Truth being revealed about things that haven't been, they haven't been honest, okay? There's been a situation here, it has either been fake or has, there's been lying or deceit that has surrounded it. But with this energy, I feel like now it's being revealed. Now you can see what it was all about, but then it creates this tension, okay? Let's see what else comes through. Ooh, a lot of Cancerians watching today. Oh, hi, Good Vibes Cookie Co. Yes, love having you here. So good. Look at the relationships. Look at the closest bonds. So there could be a revelation here of love, okay, of a connection. Something that was definitely in the dark is coming out into the light, okay? Somebody could be realizing their feelings for someone here, that the connection maybe was stronger. I've had a lot of people lately, okay, and I don't want to generalize, okay, because this is, this is not something that is happening to everyone, but there's been a theme lately about affairs and things happening and love and connections coming through with things that have been hidden or secret, okay? There's no joke to this, okay? There's definitely something here like, there's a connection that's undeniable, but it's causing havoc in different areas of your life, and it needs to be observed. It's coming up to be observed. Ace of Wands came through in the post that I did this morning about what your person wants to say to you, the messages from your person. So this is something that is hot, it's passionate, it's really ignited, okay? It's very difficult to deny it, okay? Because there is this desire that is with it. And I was saying before, this week, our bonds are being, and our commitments could be tested as well, because there is this sort of force that is coming through that might be making you feel like the grass is greener somewhere else, okay? And it's very intense. Now, for others of you, there could be here the inspiration that comes from having close bonds, okay? And this doesn't necessarily have to do with love, okay? This could be also friendships, and how when we have friendships with people that are like-minded, how that inspires us and lights the fire and and motivates us to be better. Okay, relationships usually do. There's friendships that work in this way as well. Now we get the Eight of Swords. We get it in the front side, not on the back side, where it's actually where you're already gaining wisdom and seeing a situation for what it is. Here, we're going from the Seven of Swords in, coming out of the dark, okay? Let me see. Yeah, we're seeing it from the Seven of Swords, kind of like coming out of the dark with some sort of revelation, some sort of truth, information that could be shocking, that could cause upheaval between you, a family member, you and your partner, okay? The undeniable connection that you have to someone that could be a friend, a soulmate, or a new connection, or your own partnership here already that is established. And we're either, because of the situation coming out, we're reigniting, we're finding a way through this, a situation that may seem like it's hopeless and there's nothing we could do. Interesting how in this morning's post, also I had it was a card from the Energy Oracle, and it's the all tied up, and this is what that looks like. Being all tied up, feeling like there's nothing you can do, like there's a situation that is blocked, like your hands are tied, you can't see, you can't see the way forward. Okay, so there could be some feelings here that are ignited, and that energy is gaining strength, but something needs to give. There's something here that needs to be resolved. Now, why does it need to be resolved? Because we have the Five of Cups. Look at how sad this card is. It's so sad. It's like this guy he's like giving honor to a relationship that he's been in. Okay, he's kneeling in front of it. He's feeling sad because of what he is causing because of these emotions. Okay, it's a feeling of loss. It's a feeling of failing not only yourself but others as well. Okay, and it's like we have to go through the sadness, but then there's the Two Cups back here waiting, and then the Two Cups are here, the Two of Cups, and then the Two Cups right here. But this person is focusing on what is lost, or what can be potentially lost. Okay, so interesting with that, because the whole reading is giving me relationship, friendships, your closest bonds are being definitely tested. There's been fights, arguments, power struggles, not being able to agree, and the actual want to kind of like be restless and break free from this, and give your back to that drama, and kind of like go for what makes you feel good and inspires you, motivates you, right? Sets your heart on fire and sets your passions, you get very much ignited, seduced by this energy. Okay, but then that feeling of hopelessness that comes when you feel like your hands are tied and there's nothing you can do. Now, there is a certain illusion that comes with this card, okay, because she's not really bound. She can easily just, loosen the ropes and remove the blindfold. So this is kind of like a self-inflicted not being able to see, or not wanting to really act upon anything that could be potentially harming and difficult emotionally. Okay. But the feeling is like we want to have that sense of freedom, have that sense of independence, feel like we can take on the world on our own and not need anyone. And I feel like many of you could be wanting to work towards something like that, that sense of feeling like you're good on your own, but you could also bring that feeling towards a union. Okay, and I definitely feel like this is the way that somebody should go into a relationship, feeling, good, with themselves, and not only in a material sense, feeling worthy and valuable, and like you are ready and able to bring something to a partnership. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the World in the reverse. There's definitely a cycle that's not over here. There's a lesson that is not being learned. There's something that we're not seeing that is not letting this chapter sort of end. And with the World in the reverse, there is this feeling that something is not yet completed. And what I can say about that is that it's definitely important for us to learn from our experiences and be able not only to look at other people's faults, but also be able to observe ourselves. Okay, I heard somebody say it's so easy to look only at the headlights of the cars that are driving on the other side and not seeing your own headlights leading the way. So I take that as, it's easy to judge, it's easy to place blame on others, but really, where's our self-awareness? Where are we not taking account of our own doing, our own role in the situation? And if you do recognize certain patterns in your life, being able to learn the lesson and integrate that so that the patterns don't repeat themselves. Even if you feel, well, that's the way that I am, and you want to kind of like take the easy way out, then you're not growing. Then we're not evolving. Then we're simply saying the same and justifying bad behavior. Okay, so let's go into some oracle. Let's ask here. And every time that I pull these cards, I want you to really connect to your own intuition and ask questions as I'm shuffling. Okay, you don't need to ask me anything directly. You're going to get the answers from whatever comes out. Okay, so I want you to really connect to your own intuition. Oh, these cards were all flipped. Okay, hang on. Let me check. So if you have anything that you've been struggling with and you want to ask your angels about it, go right ahead. And while I'm shuffling, do a little introspection and take a deep breath. Ask your questions, and the answers are going to come in the form of whatever comes through. Okay, so let's see how Spirit can support this reading and support you guys. All right, so whatever's happening here in this week's reading, which is pretty heavy, I would say, because there's a lot of this dealing with very heavy emotions. It's like the ups and downs, literally, because you have this heightened sense of passion, this feeling of connection, but you're also dealing with a lot of sabotage and sadness and feelings of loss, feelings of hopelessness. Okay, so you have that it's not the right time. So whatever you're asking about, whatever you were thinking about while I was shuffling, is definitely something that is not the right time to take it on, not the right time to maybe bring it up. Okay, and I see that definitely Spirit is telling you to look for support. Okay, ask help from others, because this energy has a lot to do with personal issues. Okay, and you're being really asked to have faith in this process, and surrender to the divine timing, the divine plan. Let's get one more. All right. So the changes that are happening are for your highest good. Okay, we have big happy changes card coming through. And we had this about 2 or 3 weeks ago in one of the readings as well. So this is letting me know we're getting closer to that energy of being able to see why the changes have taken place. Okay, we can't see it right now, and it's difficult to navigate that energy, especially for anybody that is a fixed sign. Okay, it's rough because you're not comfortable with changes. You're not comfortable with things that happen out of the blue.